Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Daniloveely, and you already know today is Thursday, so we're going to be hopping into some conspiracy stuff today. But also as well to you guys, so if you already have been a subscriber to my channel, I don't know if you already know, but I did also write it in the community post as well too when I was letting you guys know that I was going to be away for like a week or so. But I did go ahead and create a family vlog channel for my family vlogs that I do with my family, because as I said in the community post, I already do a lot on this channel here. So I was just like, okay, I don't know, just a little bit more organization. So I just went ahead and created a separate channel for the family vlogs, especially because the family vlogs seem to do really well as well too. So for people who are just looking for the family vlogs and enjoy the family vlogs, that now has its own like separate channel or whatever. So I will link that down in the description section below as well too. I am like excited for that because I really do enjoy doing the family vlogs, of course, because it's just all of the grandberries just together doing our grandberry thing, just bouncing off each other, just in our natural habitats, just doing what we do. But yes, so again, yes, I will link that down in the description section below to check out the family vlog channel as well, if you like the family vlogs. But yes, let's go ahead and hop into today's video and let's see what new theories people are like, I don't know, coming up with or whatever. And some that, I don't know, maybe some theories that I may have my own as well too. So let's go ahead and jump right into this.
Does it bother you that Krusty uses mad cow beef to save money?
Whether it be the moon landing or Area 51, there are some absurd, sometimes nutty theories, which sometimes blend in with reality. So on that note, here are the top 10 craziest food conspiracy theories.
Dwight, not everything is conspiracy theory.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Chickens. Ever since fast food restaurants have been around, there's been a theory going around that they don't use actual chicken when preparing the food. Instead, they use fake chickens, which...
That's crazy, because I don't believe that all of these restaurants are using actual beef. But let's see what they talk about here first before I go off on my tangent on that real quick.
are bred in labs to keep up with the high demand. Yes, fake mutant chicken with extra limbs or missing heads or feathers. It might sound like something right out of a bad horror movie, and yet this theory is not totally out of the realm of possibilities.
It's really impossible to turn a profit if you serve real chicken.
In this economy, factory farming and genetic engineering could very well pave the way to some disturbing poultry production. Over the years, a lot of fast food chains have been under fire and accused of using the mutant chicken practice as a mass production tool. KFC in particular has been really sensitive to those rumors and has gone out of its way to prove they only use real chickens for its fried chicken. Even though the FDA would have caught on by now if mutant chickens were a thing, and there hasn't been any pushback from...
I don't know though, because it's some stuff that over here that's approved in our country by the FDA to eat, but then they find out it causes cancer, all this other stuff that they approve it, whatever. But then in other countries, like I said, it's things that we eat over here that's approved by the FDA. In other countries, it's just not approved, like, because it can be very harmful.
Animal rights activists, many people are still convinced that headless mutant chickens are living in factories somewhere out there.
Give me a chicken. Give me a chicken.
Now, I don't know how they live in if they headless.
The Starbucks mystery.
Well, better make it quick, kiddo. In 5 minutes, this place is becoming a Starbucks.
Ugh, that dreadful moment when you go to Starbucks with an uncommon name. Even if you have the most common name, Starbucks always seems to find a way to butcher it in some way. Stephanie goes in for a grande vanilla frappuccino, and she'll be handed a cup that says Stephanie. Seriously, the list of ridiculous name spelling goes on, and it makes one wonder why most...
Okay, I mean, at this point, it has to be a joke. Like, they have to be doing this on purpose. There's just no way. But, I mean, then again, too, like, some people may argue, or they may say stuff like, well, I mean, they're working, like, it's adults or whatever, or teenagers working at fast food. restaurant dead end job, so what do you expect? I mean, they didn't go to college or whatever, you know, so some people may argue that too.
Starbucks employees all seem to be bad with names. As it turns out, it might not be all by accident.
You can't just sit here all night and only order coffee. This is not a Starbucks.
Supposedly, they're doing it on purpose to get publicity on social media. When you think about it,
I mean,
it
hey.
makes sense. When you receive your hilariously misspelled cup, what's the first thing you do?
Post about
probably
it on social
post it
media.
on social media. Whether this is a pure conspiracy theory or a master plan designed by the coffee giant, you can't deny that it's actually a little genius. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
have you ever seen a regular name like Mark get so epically misspelled
Clark?
you just wanted to head over there yourself just to see how they mess up your name? When you look at it like that, the conspiracy...
I mean, is it noisy? Is it a lot of people in the restaurant at the time you tell them your name? Is it really noisy? Maybe they thought you said Clark instead of Mark. I mean, that's just one that you have to be like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it, just to make sure, because that is not common. Like Clark, most people going with Mark, so I would just have to ask again, like, did you say Mark or Clark? Like,
Conspiracy doesn't seem so
Clark is a new one.
far-fetched anymore.
Okay, I heard Starbucks.
No, you didn't. Nobody said Starbucks.
A nice glass of water fluoridation.
What if I told you that this water has fluoride in it?
Conspiracy theory that's been around for what feels like forever is the classic. The government is putting something in our water to control us. This particular theory concerns the U.S. water supply and fluoride.
how do y'all feel about that? Who believes in that? Who believes that it's fluoride in our water? I mean, yeah.
Used to improve
Let
teeth
me know.
health. Back in the early 1940s, the U.S. government introduced fluoride to a portion of America's public water supplies. The speculation began soon after, with each claim sounding more insane than the last. But the most notorious one would have skeptics claiming fluoridation was a communist plot to infiltrate our bodies and control our minds.
Fluoride is used by the communists to control our minds.
No, it's not.
This spread like wildfire as people claimed that fluoride was introduced to purposely damage parts of our brains and make us less intelligent and more docile. As the years passed, the fluoride stories evolved to the point where it became a poisonous substance that was believed to lower a person's
Dang,
IQ.
get your mouth off the water fountain. Old boy had his mouth all. See, this is why, like, you cannot. I don't even like when CG3 tries to drink off public water fountains. Like, I'm like, no, come get your water bottle. Which is like, it's only so much you can help with that, because once he's at school, I know for a fact that he's drinking off of those water fountains. Because, you know, they want to do everything that they see the other kids do. It's, which, you know, the teachers are like, you know, pack your kids a water bottle, you know, for school, this, which we do. But she's also told me, too, that for the kids who don't have water bottles, they drink out of the water fountain, and Cedric generally tries to follow them. And, you know, I mean, which is what kids do. So, I mean, hey. But I'm just like, oh, baby, no. Ooh, that's one sure way to spread some germs. And then you have people like that. Like, come on, this is a community water fountain. Like, why are you grown? Like, why are you wrapping your whole mouth around the whole, like, faucet of the water fountain? Like, that is just nasty. Leaving all your
infertility
germs
caused the
behind.
early onset of puberty, and it calcified your organs. The whole laundry list. Fluoride was originally added to reduce tooth decay by up to 40%. But obviously, since the average American has always been suspicious by nature, doubt set in right from the beginning. And once terms like bad science and powerful politics started going around, there was no stopping the momentum. Today,
Well, it is a lot of giant kids out here. You're talking about you in 4th grade, but you're looking like a high schooler. Like, we know, y'all know a couple of them.
there are still people who firmly believe the government is trying to control our brains with fluoride.
Controlling our minds with fluoride in the water.
Anybody ever say you're a bit of a conspiracy theorist?
Chipotle and self-sabotage.
If you're like other Americans, you love to eat Chipotle.
You're probably already familiar with the rash of food poisoning cases that stained Chipotle back in 2015. A parade of
You know, it's crazy because with Chipotle, I've only had Chipotle just recently, because it's like a Chipotle, like, literally within walking distance of our place. So I've only eaten Chipotle like 2 times in my life that I know of. Like, so, and before that, people would say, I would hear people say that Chipotle, it's like supposed to be so nasty and it makes you sick or makes something. I mean, I've only eaten it 2 times, so I haven't gotten sick, you know, from it. I didn't feel anything. I was okay after I ate it.
Virus, salmonella, and E. coli all happened within a few months, and then the same thing again only 2 years later. You would think that after the first time, Chipotle would have gotten the memo, but apparently it didn't, and it made people a little suspicious. Rumors started going around saying Chipotle had orchestrated these outbreaks on purpose to sabotage themselves. The real question, however, is why would a successful company lace its own meat with bacteria?
Between good and garbage, it's Chipotle.
Restaurant consultants
Damn,
Aaron
they're always
Allen
coming
and
for people.
Associates noticed a very interesting pattern, not only in the food poisoning cases, but also in the company's stock activity afterward. Whenever there was an outbreak, Chipotle stock dropped. This is what led them to believe Chipotle was sabotaging itself to make its stock drop and benefit the short sellers. Short sellers basically only act when they know a stock is dropping in price. This can be a very lucrative gamble. How lucrative exactly? Allen and Associates said that between 2015 to 2017, there was about $459 million to be made that way via Chipotle stock. So while the chances that Chipotle tampered with its own meat to purposely get its customers sick are slim, it's not totally unbelievable either. Let's just hope this becomes a future urban legend.
They about to make me not go back to Chipotle for the third time.
Rather than a long-lasting scandal.
Just some Chipotle, but that stuff, runs through you.
Warren Buffett's diet.
I went on the Subway diet.
Given the opportunity, most people would choose to eat fast food and junk food as much as possible. To be able to indulge without any limit, well, that's the dream, and one that Warren Buffett is supposedly living every day. For those who don't know the name, Warren Buffett is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway and one of the world's richest people, with a net worth of over $100 billion. In other words, many people want to be like him, but not just because of the money, but because of his supposed daily
Dairy Queen, y'all got some explaining to do.
Diet that makes everyone jealous. He basically eats like a 5-year-old. No vegetables, no alcohol, mostly junk food. McDonald's at least 3 times a week, 5 cans of Coca-Cola per day, Dairy Queen ice cream, and endless salt and candy. Despite all that junk, Buffett is now over 90 years old and still making multi-million-dollar decisions. Might this be the recipe to a long life? Well, one man tried to follow the Buffett diet just to see, and let's just say he didn't share the same feeling.
I'm never gonna eat or do anything ever.
And then Buffett out here got some explaining to do. Because, eating like that.
Again.
He said he felt like he was going to die after only a week in, which brought up a lot of questions as to how Buffett was thriving on this particular diet. The conspiracy goes that Warren Buffett only promotes this scandalous diet because it is conveniently filled with products he has a stake in to get more people to buy them. Does he really eat all of this fast food all the time? Or is he just saying it for show? Just something to think about.
Coincidence? I think not!
McDonald's broken machines.
Oh my gosh, it has to be a conspiracy
behind
this.
there.
Like,
the dreaded moment when you pull
It don't matter where you go. Somebody, I don't care what state, I don't care what country you go to. At some point, you're gonna come across a McDonald's that tells you that the McFlurry machine or the ice cream machine, even the frappe machine is not working. It's just ridiculous.
To a McDonald's drive-thru window, and all you want is a McFlurry, but alas, they tell you what no one wants to hear. The ice cream machine is broken. The broken machines have now become the #1 complaint for McDonald's customers. You can blame faulty equipment or bad maintenance people, but ultimately, you're always left ice creamless, and it sucks. Obviously, this common occurrence, which happens all over the world.
I used to work at McDonald's, and I'm telling y'all that those machines I just named earlier always at some point, literally, it's like they have a shelf life of once the maintenance person comes in and fix it, they have a shelf life of like 1 to 3 months. I don't, if that, like 2 months. I don't know, like, and it's just broke again, and you can properly clean the thing, take care of it all, because I worked the night shift, so I was like a manager on the night shift, so we at the night shift, you close everything down, get ready for the next morning, this, for a couple hours, and that's, I don't know, like, it's just, it just breaks, it just stops working every time, just out of nowhere, and it's just like, it's ridiculous that you have to tell customers, like, yeah, it's broke again, like, but I heard a conspiracy theory that they say that apparently the people that the company or whatever that McDonald's sources their products from, like they get their products from like this, they make it like this on purpose, like so make it only work for so long. So I guess after so many uses, and then it breaks down because they keep making money by, you know, whoever, whatever, the maintenance company that they go through, whatever, come in and they have to fix it and stuff. That's how they make their money. I don't know, something like that.
Has sparked some questions and a conspiracy theory to go along with it. Some people strongly believe that the machines are, in fact, never broken, and the employee taking your order simply doesn't want to bother cleaning it afterward.
No, now, look, now, that one actually is true. That one actually is true, because depending on who is running the shift at the time, so like say if I come in on night shift, or like the manager or whatever the shift before me, yeah, sometimes people be lying because they don't want to make your ice cream. They really do. They don't want to make it, or say if they're super busy, they don't have enough people, they don't want to make it. That's more time they're gonna have to spend making like separate products or items for you, and then especially if the line is all like backed all the way up. So yeah, some people will do that, and of course, like as a customer, and I'm a foodie, that's just like, really, are you serious? Like, you mad? But I mean, you in the drive-thru line, you ain't got no way to prove that. But actually, yes, people will do that. That is true. But more times than not, that machine is actually like broken at that time. Like, it's just not working.
The machine's busted.
And it'll be working like all day. It'll be times like it'll be working all day, and then at some point during the day, it just stop working. Like, y'all wearing that ice cream machine
Since
now.
Ice cream machines are pretty hard to maintain and clean, workers would want to avoid the hassle, especially around closing time. If this theory is true, not only would it be a really easy fix, but it also means that the company has lost a lot of business due to this.
The people who came up with that theory, that sometimes people just don't feel like making ice cream, I guarantee you that was somebody who used to work at McDonald's, or they know someone who used to work at McDonald's, and they told them that.
Back in 2015, McDonald's annual revenue in the U.S. was estimated to be over $8.5 billion. If the ice cream products were responsible for 3% of that, then that would mean over $255 million melted down the drain. Hopefully, this is simply another theory and not a universal understanding for every McD's worker.
You told me it was an unstoppable ice cream machine.
Outback Steakhouse Pentagram.
Go to Outback Steakhouse. I've grown very fond of that place.
Okay, there are a lot of theories out there related to the Illuminati. You know, the secret society founded in 1776 in Bavaria? Well, it turns out that Outback Steakhouse hasn't been able to escape the inevitable, and some people now believe the restaurant is part of this evil madness. The theory goes that whenever you map out the Outback Steakhouse in any city, you will find at least 5. So far, nothing too weird, but if you connect them, you will get a star shape, also known as a pentagram.
Oh.
Apparently, this could mean that the
Who's done it?
Australian-ish steakhouse chain is part of a grand conspiracy to control the world.
She's like, you decide. Uh-oh. I'm like, all right, Outback Steakhouse.
They are so
Like,
funny.
nah.
This whole idea began circulating on Twitter in 2017 when a user connected the locations of Outback Steakhouses in Arizona, Georgia, and Illinois before other states.
Everything is just not a coincidence. I'm just gonna leave that right there. When too many coincidences happen and line up, it's where there's smoke, there's fire. Okay, I'm just leaving it right there.
Started doing the same, linking the restaurant to the devil, witchcraft, and the Illuminati. Some even claimed that your steak was probably part of a ritual sacrifice. A bit far-fetched, sure, but still something you know deep down isn't true.
Now there's the Outback Steakhouse.
How you gonna tell us we know?
The real danger of sugars.
Give me sugar.
You look
Everybody
like a
knows that
mess.
sugar, at least the processed kind, isn't exactly good for you. That's no secret nor a conspiracy, it's just a fact. However, what is a conspiracy is just how bad it actually is for our bodies. Known as the sugar conspiracy, the theory goes that the government is hiding the real dangers of sugar from us, and these claims can be traced back to the 1970s. John Yudkin, a British nutritional professor, wrote the book Pure, White, and Deadly, in which he explained how sugar is a dangerous substance. He said that it's so bad for us that if its effects were seen in any other additive, it would be banned.
You like sugar, huh?
Is there sugar in syrup?
Yes.
then yes.
He also claimed that fat is not responsible for obesity or other weight-related problems, it's sugar. Yudkin's career and reputation were destroyed after he published his book, especially after other nutritionists partnered up with the food industry to discredit his work. But why?
That's crazy though. People really want, when people be coming out with stuff like this that go against the grain and different things that they say that they found and try to put it out there to the public. If it don't align with the current belief systems or what we've been told, y'all see their career just go down the drain. But if I'm not mistaken, I mean, let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below. I might have to look it up and double check that too. But I thought they said that scientists ran a test at one point or something like that, and sugar is supposed to be, is found to be more addictive than crack. Like one of the most addictive drugs, something like that. I mean, am I wrong? That the one that they said they did a test on and found?
Would the government lie about sugar? According to the conspiracy, it's working with the sugar industry and Big Pharma to ensure sugar remains popular enough to get the population more and more unhealthy. Sugar companies then sell more, and Big Pharma then reaps the profits of a medicated population. This is probably one of the most believable and twisted conspiracies.
I mean, if y'all don't get sick, I mean, how they gonna make their money? How are they gonna make their money? I mean, already they making a lot of it off of vaccinations alone. So I'm just saying, what they gonna do? Sit around and depend on everybody to break an arm and need to go to the doctor or something, break a leg, or I'm just saying. We ain't gonna act like now they not profiting off of people out here being unhealthy and being sick, and because a lot of these diseases that people get is like, it can be caused just off diet alone, just off bad food choices.
So far, and one we particularly wish isn't true.
I suppose asking to borrow a cup of sugar is a step too far.
Fondue craze is a scam.
I love fondue.
Really?
I never joke about hot cheese, Susan.
Me neither.
Fondue is one of life's best guilty pleasures. Dipping stuff in hot cheese? What's not to love, right? But as delicious as it might be, some people didn't believe that its raging popularity was coincidental and that it was all part of a bigger scheme. Instead of a food trend,
I don't know why this is making me want chocolate-covered strawberries. I might have to go look into getting me some of that before I have to pick CG3 up from school after this video.
Was actually engineered by a kind of Swiss cheese mafia. It turns out that it's kind of true. It's about time conspiracy theorists get something right.
Fondue?
Fondue was not only a convenient way to celebrate a multinational heritage, but also a way to highly promote cheese and shove it down everybody's throat to boost profits. Back in the day in Switzerland, right after World War I, there were around 1,000 types of cheese being made, at a time when cheese consumption was at an all-time low. The Swiss Cheese Union was formed to control and limit the types of cheeses that could be made. It whittled the list down to 3: Emmental, Spreeans, and Gruyere. A couple of years later, in the 1930s, cheese fondue was invented just in time for the Union to promote their cheeses. The perfect orchestrated marketing push. As fondue grew in popularity in the 1970s, some people were having a hard time figuring out why it became such a big deal. Well, now you know why fondue parties were so hip back then and still are today.
Oh, screw that then. I don't want a fondue fountain if P. Diddy had one.
New Coke for new life.
How do you even drink that?
I don't care what y'all say, soda is not good for you. I don't allow my son to drink soda. That is literally just like, no. I stopped drinking soda like a while ago. It's been like a little over a year now that I have not drinking any soda. I haven't ever like really allowed CG3 to drink soda. It has to be like literally, if we drink some soda, I don't know, it had to be like there's nothing else to drink. Like that's all we have to drink, and we like super thirsty right now. There's no water in sight, something like that. Like But yeah, soda,
Because it's delicious.
For those who were around in
And
1985,
there's
you
people
know just
that
how
are
much of a fiasco.
addicted to drinking Cokes. Like, look, wasn't this supposed to be some crack in it or something back in the day? Like, look now, how is a company, if that is true, how is the company still alive and booming and popping? They was doing stuff like that back in the day. Like, this is why I say, like, look, this stuff is just, look, they in somebody's pockets. This stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. Like, and Coke is supposed to, it's supposed to be one of the ones that can clean rust off of your, like, off of stuff. You pour Coke on it, like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that, see if it actually works. Because if it does, that stuff has got to be terrible for stomach.
Fiasco new
Cannot be
Coke
sitting well in
was.
your body.
According to customers, it tasted like a sweeter, diluted version of Coke, and it was just an overall huge failure. Why did Coca-Cola even bother to come up with a new and improved version when they already had the winning ticket? Well, many people believed that new Coke was actually a marketing strategy in order to garner attention and build hype around the company again. When Coca-Cola switched back to the old formula as if nothing happened, some speculation began going around claiming the company's plan all along was to produce a disgusting product only to get people interested in the old original cola again.
What about new Coke? Hey, I invented that.
While developing, manufacturing, and promoting a bad product just for a marketing stunt might seem like a bit of a stretch and one heck of a risk, the possibility can't be fully dismissed. After all, in the 1980s, Coca-Cola was on the verge of losing ground to Pepsi in the Cola War, so a little nudge in the right direction couldn't have hurt.
Did a bit of rebrand in the 80s. Same people who did New Coke.
Bite into more great videos. Just tap or click. First time.
Well, that's it for our conspiracy video for today. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment section below. What theories that you may have around the food industry, because I know it has to be a lot of them. Like, and then food just tastes so good. Like, oh my. Like, what are you gonna do? Like I said, now with that chicken one, I don't know now, because that's like, that goes hand in hand with my beef theory. Like, I just feel like this. There is no way that, there's just no way that everybody's beef is real. I'm talking about restaurants. Fast food restaurants, because it's like, think about all of the restaurants, not even just in America alone, but just in the world. And y'all, most of them somewhere on that menu serves beef, like serves some type of beef product, burgers or whatever. And y'all telling me that everybody's beef is real? There's no way, especially with the demand. Like, just, I mean, with McDonald's alone, people go crazy over McDonald's. Like, lines always packed. Like, come on, look, somebody running around here with some mystery meat, y'all. Like, there's just no way. So, I mean, like I said, the chicken theory go hand in hand with that. Like, with all this chicken demand in the world, and y'all telling me everybody's chicken is real? I don't know. Like, I don't know how much you gotta be, how fast these chickens has to be, you know, having these little baby chicklets and hurrying up and growing up to, you know, meet that supply and demand for this food. But yes, that's gonna be it for our videos for today. And then yes, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, you guys, I will link the family vlog channel down in the description section below. If you have not checked it out or whatever, it is in like the future channels list as well too, but along with CG3's channel as well too, that I made for my little honey bun. So if you have kids and they love watching other kids, you know, play and stuff like that, like CG3, like these kids these days, they like watching like YouTube for kids, or just watching kids, you know, play around, go on little trips or whatever. I noticed that was something that he had liked or whatever, so I made him a little channel, you know, like little kid channel, whatever, for kids to watch and stuff like that. And just so cute, like, especially like if he sees himself and he's like, oh, that's mommy, oh, that's daddy, and stuff like that. It's just the funniest thing. But yeah, so yeah. Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, they're both in the featured channel section. But again, for this family vlog, I'll link in the description below. I post Monday through Friday, so for specific uploads, you guys, just check that down in the description section below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.